Hi guys, my name is Albert Tan from downloadsilo.com. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good day to you, wherever you are. May you be well and happy. Today I'm going to do a session on ClosersCopy. So the reason why I want to do a video on this is because ClosersCopy is going to increase the price of the lifetime deal in 2 days time. So the last day to buy this these prices will be on 31st August, which is 2 days from now. So I have done some review in the past, but since the ClosersCopy has actually improved some of the features over the weeks, so I would like to give you an overview of what I have for you. So today the agenda is like this. Okay, before we go into the agenda, let's say we do some marketing first. Okay, if you buy my using my link, ClosersCopy, for those who have not bought it, and use a coupon download 20 to get 20%, I will get a small commission. So it costs nothing to you, but then it goes a long way to help us to bring you more awesome deals in our Facebook group as well as our website, and also to maintain our website at downloadsilo.com. So today's objective is actually to tell you or to demo to you how to use ClosersCopy to write long form content effectively. So but then ClosersCopy is not only for long form content, it also can write for short form content. But a lot of people has been undecided whether to buy ClosersCopy or other AI tools. So the reason is because there are so many of them in the market, and you get confused over time, So for today, I will use a method, what they call the workflow for writing long form content in ClosersCopy, and I list down all the steps for you to follow. So you can see that over the past few months, since November, ClosersCopy has increased the price a few times, from 97 to 147, and then 167, 197, and 227, and the last increase was actually up to 247. But this price will remain as 247 up to 2 days from now, so 31st of August. So it will end at September the 1st. So why the increase? And also basically I believe Nico, the founder, has put in a lot of features over the last 6 months or so. So, and I believe that the price increase is fair, and they actually give you an unlimited plan, especially for this plan, unlimited lifetime plan, which means you pay once and you will never get to pay another cent again. But unless you say you want to buy a professional lifetime here, which is actually 200,000 characters. But I always encourage people to buy unlimited lifetime. Let's look at the increase. So slowly, actually, the price is actually almost double. And fair enough, you will notice that ClosersCopy is the one of the two AI tools that give you unlimited credits for lifetime deal, which means there is another tool which is actually also give you unlimited, but you're also paying about $200 dollars. So for goodness sake, if you have not bought any of the unlimited plan for AI writer, this is one of them. So please consider if you have not bought it. And for those who have used it before or just started to use ClosersCopy, I would like to help you to make your experience with a ClosersCopy a smooth one, especially on writing a long form copy. So that's my workflow. So the workflow, I have actually done a mind map over here, and it consists of 5 steps. So these are the steps. Let's look at the mind map. Okay. The topic is actually how to use ClosersCopy to write long form content effectively. So there are actually 5 steps. First, of course, you have to generate your title. or unless you already have a title of your own. Then after that, use the title to generate the outline, the section, H2 tags, H3 tags, or they call it subsection or subheadings. After that, we need to start writing an introduction paragraph, from the very first paragraph. Then after that, we write more content using some of the features in the ClosersCopy, and we will use actually 3 features most of the time: framework, Longform, AI. Formerly they call it Instruct, or has been called SaleAI for one time. Then the last one is the GPT-3, and formerly they call it Expand. After that, we do a conclusion using the framework as well. So this is the workflow: step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and step 5. Let's get back to our document, our agenda. So as I listed down here, there are actually 5 steps: title, outlines, introduction paragraph, content, using Longform or AI or GPT-3. So I would like to also introduce what I call, or maybe to let you know that there are some helpers inside the editor of ClosersCopy. These are the 5, So, but mostly you will use first one, AI or GPT-3. But you also can use AI Finetune, Rephrase, or Summarize as you need. So without further ado, let me go into what I call this ClosersCopy framework, the dashboard. Okay, but before we go that, we need to understand some of the features inside the ClosersCopy. That's very important. And okay, on the left hand side, you will see that compete, compose, Longform, and framework, and wizard. So today we are mainly going to use the Longform and the framework to write our Longform content. And briefly, I can tell you that compete actually is the research portion of this ClosersCopy, SEO research. But this is something very new. I believe there are some work to be done. It's not perfect, so it's still on beta. And compose is something to use to compose what they call the headings, using research as the base. So they gather 20 to 25 kind of best content on the internet. Then after that, they extract the H1 tag, H2 tag, for the subheading. So, but to be frank, we have tried this too, but I think it's better for us to follow a workflow. This is the workflow that we are talking about, that will write your content faster instead of doing using compete, compose, to find your title or your heading. So we will use Longform to do it. Okay, before we actually go into the writing of the Longform content or blog post, we need to understand these 3 things, because this is the most important thing before you actually write the content. So Longform is actually a feature that lets you generate Longform content pretty fast and kind of unlimited, if you have unlimited credits. So you can use it as often as possible. And let's say, let me say, if we click it here, the Longform, what they call the box will be here. So you can see that there are 3 things in this Longform framework, not framework, the Longform features. You can actually put your content brief, it's called optional, because when you say optional means because when you have nothing written in the beginning, you need to put in what you want AI to write for you, or else AI never know what you want, so it will not able to write your good content for you. Okay, but if you have already content written, a few paragraph or few sentences, this is optional, because Longform actually read back 500 to 3000 character above the cursor. Okay, this is the one that I'm talking about. 1005 is in the middle, 500 is on the lower end, 3000 is on the upper end. So for default, I think they put it on the 1500. Okay, then there are 3 what they call the other 2 what they call these features that you need to understand. Creativity is something that what you want the AI to be to write. Do you want it to write more creatively, which means it will go out into the database, to search some content, and sometimes may give you a very funny kind of content. So between they are more creative, or you can do it in between. It is a slider, or you want to make it strict, means you actually take context on the what I call above the cursor or inside the content brief. Then the output, it can be long output or short output. So for example, you want the longer output is here, the slider, or you want the shorter output will be here. So it's up to you to experiment. But then some people like it in between, some people like it slightly in between for the output, just to play the safe side. But then we will look how we can actually maximize it. What I call, make the best of it. So but sometimes you have to experiment. There's no fixed rule. Okay, so this is a long form features. Inside this what I call dashboard or editor, you have this few helpers. As I told you, the helpers. These are the helpers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's go into the helpers. Okay, for example, you can just highlight certain text, for example, then right click, the helper dialog will open. This is the AI, this is the AI Finetune, this is a Rephrase, this is a Summarize, this is a GPT-3. So these are the three helpers that will be very useful for you to write. But for long form writing, we normally will start out with the AI and also GPT-3. Okay, so and they have some shortcut. There's Control Q, Control R, Control S, or Control E. So if you can, you just use it. So what is AI? AI is actually a ClosersCopy proprietary AI algorithm which let you write as per your command. You want him to write anything, you just input, write it down, and then the AI will read it and give you the output. So however, sometimes you need to regenerate a few times in order to get your desired output, or sometimes you need to vary your input, so that it can give you some what they call the output that you want. So in this thing, in this aspect, the best thing is you can use some predetermined template to guide the AI, meaning the AI will actually been trained in that way. So there are a lot of templates being created by users. One of the most important creators is actually Aura, which is also admin of the Facebook group of ClosersCopy. He has created maybe over hundreds of templates that can be used, can be very useful. So AI can be used for long form content and also short form content. But of course here we are talking about long form content generation. So bear in mind that it can be used to write short form content. So for text selection, you can read up to 3,000 character above the cursor. So this is called AI features. And the last features is that you can write freestyle and keep on writing non-stop, other than using the what they call the long form here. So and the next one is GPT-3. Formerly they call it expand. So AI belongs to ClosersCopy proprietary AI algorithm, and GPT-3 is basically using OpenAI DaVinci natural language generation model. It's a very popular model, and the output is actually fast, very powerful, and give you a good output. The only problem is that the latecomers to this what they call GPT-3, they are not allowed to what they call program the GPT-3 for long content. So that's why there is a limitation, and also there are a lot of other limitations such as not suitable for office content. Some people are using for adult content, that kind of thing. So but if you use AI, there will be no limit. Do whatever you like. So and GPT-3 can do all the things AI here can do. You also can look back the text 3000 character above. So there is no limit for this AI, but there is some limitation on GPT-3. So which one you want to use, AI or GPT-3, is entirely up to you. Sometimes you want to try GPT-3, sometimes you try AI and see what works best for you. There's no fixed rule or answer for that. So that's what is ClosersCopy is you use your discretion, and the experience. So these are the three features. The features, actually Longform is considered a big features, and the AI and the GPT-3 is actually the helpers inside the what they call the ClosersCopy dashboard. So with this, you will understand that these are the three things that you need to know in order to write long form content. Let's go back to our this workflow. So first we need to generate the title. Okay, let's open a new document. Maybe, yeah, we come here. There are so many topics, any topic you can write, but I have chosen this topic. So this topic is actually called working from home during a pandemic, especially COVID-19. So as you said, we will create the generate the title using the framework. Click the framework here. So in the framework, actually is kind of what they call templates. There are two types of the framework. One is a framework by ClosersCopy, which is actually produced by Nico, and the others are community framework. Community framework means users like you and me, you can share your framework inside this ClosersCopy. So it's up to you. You can use a built-in framework, or maybe use a community framework. So for writing blogs, long form content, they are actually using this blog framework. Okay, so Carol too actually is quite an expert in this ClosersCopy writing, and she has shared this blog intro, blog outline, and also blog conclusion. We can always use it. Or you want to do it the traditional way, where the built-in framework by ClosersCopy. So you also have outline, title, as well as introduction. So for the sake of what they call our demo, we just need to use a title framework here. Okay, let's click here. So as I say, we are going to do some title from this topic. Let's say copy here. Okay, give me title suggestion for a blog post about working from home during a pandemic. Okay, so there are there are only two variables that you need from here. First is the creativity and also the output. Output means if you put 3, means they give you 3 output. If you put 5, it give you 5 output. So maybe we just put 3 for here. And creativity. So sometimes you want the AI to be more creative, give you something that might be different from what is here, the keywords. Or sometimes you want it to be very strict, you put here. Sometimes you want it in between, you put it here. So we can always try this, but for our demo, we start with maybe in between and see what are the topic suggestion, title suggestion. Let's click here, right? Then we wait for maybe up to 15 seconds. The output will be here. So let's see what it has. So our topic title suggestion is a blog about working from home during a pandemic. So it's still turning, and maybe they are still looking for the database. Okay, I think it's complete. So when I say 3 output means this box first output, second box second output, third box third output. Actually it's a lot, because yes, one box one output you have about 6 or 7 or 8 title suggestion. Okay, let's look at the title. Working from home during the pandemic, the pros and cons, how to make it work for you, 8 proven way to expand your income. Let's say 7 deadly sin of email marketing and how to avoid it. And this is the dark side of kind of direct response. So this is how what they call AI being more creative. So you can see that we are actually put in between the creativity. So he will give you some answers or some suggestion for working from home during a pandemic, but they also give you something extra, which is like something which might not be totally related to working from home, but it's some relation. Okay, let's see what we have. Oh, this is hilarious. My new best friend, the toilet. So definitely not a good title suggestion. Okay, how to stop worrying about making money and to survive and start thinking about ways to increase your income. So this is like making more productive by making money extra income. Okay, so let's say this one. Oh, this is also making extra money for during a pandemic. Okay, there are some of the title which I think could be good. Maybe the first two, is quite related to our original topic here. We just copy here first, First copy here first. Okay, then we remove all the others. And this time I want to make it more strict. I don't want in between. I want him to talk more about work from home during a pandemic. Maybe more strict slider in between, and see what is the outcome or output. Let's go. Let's wait for a few more seconds, before okay, it's completed. So give me 3 output, working from home during a pandemic, why it sucks and what you can do about it. Okay. Second, how to make money, extra money working from home during a pandemic. Okay, 5 ways to work from home with a remote team possible. Income, how to work from home, and the 3 biggest lies, that kind of things. Stop worrying about making money. Okay. So this is not too bad, I mean, it's up to us actually, whether you want to do it. Okay, maybe we just copy this one and see, then we can decide later which topic we want to choose, which title we want to do it. How to work from home during a pandemic, 5 ways of working from home. Okay, this is also quite general. Control C. Okay, and we would delete all this, remove all this, and this time we make it more strict, more strict. So we try it for the last time. Let's write it at the AI to write. Let's see what it have. Okay. So this is like I say, it will actually give you more idea on related to work from home during a pandemic. Okay, how to work from home. I don't know why it's always making extra money. Okay, maybe the database is a lot of people asking for it, and making money. Okay, 5 reasons why working from home during pandemic is a good idea. The most important thing to learn about working from home during a pandemic. Okay, how to make working from home. Okay, 10 amazing way. Okay, so I think we can choose one of them. So maybe I would just use this one, the first one, the very first one. Okay, let's remove all and go back to our mind map. We have chosen the title. Now we do an outline. Okay, the title will be working from home during a pandemic, the pros and cons. Then we remove all the others. So this is our title. So make it H1 tag. So let's see, we go back to the framework. Now we want to do the outline. We can use this one. It's already predetermined, so we just put the outline. Okay, the pros and cons. Maybe we just copy here. So as I just now I told you, if you don't do some let's say if you don't put in the what they call the outline here, then you got nothing to write, so you must put an outline. Let's say creativity, as usual, you can put in between, somewhere in between, or this is 75% or 73%. Okay, so let's ask the AI to write for us and see what are the outlines, So working from home during a pandemic, the pros and cons. Let's wait for a few seconds. Okay, I think it's completed. Okay, so this is the normal pros and cons, okay, so maybe it's not so good. Maybe we put in more strict. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so when you make it more strict, like it's actually quite limited here. Maybe we try in between again. How to make money. Okay, during a pandemic, the pros and cons. Here are the main pros. Working from home, here are the main cons. Working from home, here are the main cons. Okay, so make money from home even during a pandemic. Okay, the pros and cons of working from home. Ways of making your home, your remote workstation more productive. How to avoid being irritated. Ways to avoid getting sick. Stay healthy and energized. Maybe this is the better one, Okay, let's say we copy this one. We paste it down here. Okay, this is the section, what they call a sub-headline, H2 tag. Okay, so maybe we can change the title a little bit, we just make it, don't put the pros and cons, make it working from home during a pandemic. Okay, so we make it more broad-based, So firstly, how to make money from home even during a pandemic, the pros and cons, ways to, kind of thing. Maybe this one we make it the last. Okay, let's delete off all this. Pros and cons. Okay, let's do all this into H2 tag. Okay, so H2 tag. Okay, so go back to our mind map. So we have got our outline, but first we must do an introduction paragraph, So we will use the framework as our basis. Okay, let's go back. Okay, use this framework introduction. Okay, so working from home during a pandemic. Okay, let's copy. So the AI will actually, know that you are going to write a blog about working from home during a pandemic, and see what is and give you an introduction paragraph. So maybe we do put some creativity inside. Just use this first and make sure your cursor is here. So which means that, you know, when the cursor is here, you actually read whatever content over here. For this framework, you actually read the content over here. Let's write. Okay, that is our what they call output. Work from home can be great, but it also can be miserable. In this blog, I'm going to share how to work from home, both easy and profitable. Not bad. I will teach you how to make money from home during pandemic. This is going to be one of the most important newsletter. Okay, this is actually from a newsletter. We have created a special hub, you know, that kind of thing, how to make money. Okay, maybe we choose this one, you know, the first one, copy, paste. Working from home can be great, but it can also be miserable. In this blog, I share tips on how to make working from home both easy and profitable. So I think these are the section that is quite relevant to the what I call introduction paragraph. So yes, we are going to write more after that. Let's say, okay, so this is introduction, we have done it, so we want to write more content. So we have a few ways, still using the long form, using the AI, or using the GPT-3. So for here, I would like to, you know, maybe highlight this one, right click, I use AI to write for me. Okay, so let's go. So he will read all the texts that is what I call highlighted, you know. Let's go. Okay, my number one recommendation is set clear rules for yourself about and if you will work from outside your home. If you don't, you will set struggling and juggle the demand of the real job with the obligation of one. Not too bad, but then it could be better. Let's redo again. Maybe we are GPT-3 this time. Okay, so actually this is about the same on the above. Let's say we close this framework first. Okay, so maybe working from home, the good, bad, and ugly. Yes, so you can actually start using AI again. Let's see what you have give us. So this is something like talking about a newsletter. So maybe we do not want this. That's why AI is not perfect, you know. Sometimes it will give you output that is not what you want, you know. So we will do this. Maybe we come back here again, but then this introduction paragraph is actually quite good enough, you know. Either this one or this one, you know. So this is actually quite a similar one. You know? We leave it as it is. Then we do a framework, using the framework to write the next sub-headlines, you know, pros and cons of working at home during a pandemic. So we use the framework, long form, not the framework, use the long form or AI or GPT-3. Okay, let's say the long form. So we do not have to use a content brief because it's actually optional, because this time whatever that the cursor is put here, you actually read whatever up here, up to 3,000 word or 3,000 characters, sorry. So maybe we put our cursor in our next section here, and we can use a longer output or shorter output, or maybe context here. So maybe we just do in between and see what is the output. Let's go. Okay, the pros and cons of working at home during a pandemic. pros, you don't have to commute, okay, you don't have to dress up, so there are a lot of pros over here. Cons, okay, so this is I think quite good, we, even though we put a creativity in between, so we can actually convert this into what call bullet points, so let's do it here. Just do some editing. Okay, this is a con. Okay, let's go. Okay, so maybe we just put this as a h3 tag, since this is under the header 2. So h3 tag, okay. So here you can actually convert all this into bullet form if you want to. If not, you can just leave it like that. We can come back to edit it. Maybe we just put bullet list. Okay, then okay, okay, so let's go to the next sub headlines. So okay, so it's either using the long form, using AI or GPT-3. So for speed, you use long form because it's actually quite fast. Okay, so in order to save time, maybe we just do this, what they call using the long form. Okay, the next heading, we put our cursor here, so you will read whatever 1005 character above, or maybe you want to do it higher, maybe we put 3000 maximum, and creativity we can put in between, or maybe the output is in between. So let's see how you come up with some of the results. Right click, press wait, so less than 15 seconds. Okay, ways to make your remote workstation more productive. First thing, you need an internet connection. Lucky enough, your employer high speed, Okay, however, if you like majority, you're going to get an internet connection some other way. Here are some ideas. Okay, so actually tell you that you have to get an internet connection. Okay, not too bad, So basically, it's for people who has not worked from home before, So firstly, you must get an internet connection. Okay, so for this, I think the pricing of a premium package or whatever, this is something that you have to check, whether in your own country or in your own area. Okay, so ways to make your remote content more productive. Okay, so why not we continue to write the other section, so that we can complete our first draft block first. Ways to avoid getting distracted at home. Maybe we put this, maybe we just put strict, and output maybe in between, here also in between the context, and put our cursor here, and we start writing, using long form. Ways to avoid getting distracted at home. Let's wait a few more seconds. Okay, so first thing is to need an internet connection. So the second thing is you need a distraction-free environment. So this means no telephone call, no faxes, no visitors, nothing, So let's say we just put it up paragraph here. you should arrange to have someone else to check up on you every hour or so to make sure that you are still in the building and not out playing golf and running other errands. Okay, this is what it calls home checking, you know. So if you are working from home, then your home office need to be distraction free. Maybe we can just put other way to not get distracted. Maybe we use GPT-3. Maybe we ask them, okay, right now we want to highlight this and ask GPT-3 or AI to give us more output. Let's go. Hopefully give us some good content. Okay, so don't multitask. Don't allow yourself to break in any kind. If you have a limb lobe, okay, these are very detailed how to be not get distracted. Okay, it's quite good actually. So let's maybe we can do some bullet points, you know. Okay, keep your work and work as per. Okay, don't eat or drink, put your work clothes. Don't eat or drink, so turn down social invitation. Okay, so we actually can do it bullet form if you want to, you know, up to us. Okay, so we can actually come back and edit it, you know, if you want to. So we just need to go on to write the next section. So as you say just now, we actually using these helpers, you know, either use AI or GPT-3, so it's up to us. So we can mix and match, you know, using either Longform, using AI or GPT-3, you know, while inside the dashboard. Okay, while ways to avoid getting sick at home. So it's important so that, you know, you can work from home without getting sick. So let's say put our cursor here. Maybe we just put our context above here, you know, and use a long form, you know. This is not necessary. We actually, you know, ask them to read the context 1500 character above. Let's see what this AI will give us. Continue to write. Ways to avoid getting sick at home. So there must be some idea. Okay, so the AI actually know this is the third thing, you know. So first thing, second thing, and this is the third thing. Okay, so let's do some edit. You should make sure you have getting plenty of rest. 6 to 8 hours per night is plenty. More is not better. 7 hours sleep per night is equal to getting 1 hour actual work. So anything more than that is a waste. Okay, so this is the what they call sleep 7 hours, 6-7 hours. Get rid of bad habits that will slowing down your metabolism. Okay. Then this is for food. And this is the next paragraph. Get a checkup every day. Make sure you're not suffering from any major disease. You know. So okay, that's good. Okay, if you want to write something more, maybe we just highlight here and use AI or GPT-3. Maybe we try GPT-3 this time. Okay, this is what I say. Sometimes GPT-3 will give you warning, you know. This text is sensitive. This means the text could be talking about a sensitive topic like political, religious, protected class such as race and nationality. So this AI is built to on the side of caution, sometimes returns false positive. If you believe the AI made a mistake, click report and help improving it. Actually, this is a false positive, but fair enough. We are not going to do the report. No, we continue to write first. Okay. I do not know. There is nothing sensitive over here. Let's use ClosersCopy AI algorithm. Let's do it. Yeah, it takes some time to come up with a good output. Hopefully. Come on. Okay, this is a good one. Make sure you are taking all the right supplements, vitamins or whatever. Okay, then the next one is exercise. Okay, this include chemical fumes and all that. You should make sure that you are not exposed to unnecessary toxin. Okay, should be another paragraph. Anything you can do to reduce the amount of toxin whenever. This include all natural cleaning products and all this thing. Okay, the fourth thing is you need to get good information. So maybe we do not want this one. I mean, we want to stop writing here. Okay, ways to stay healthy and energized while working from home. So of course, this will be quite a repeat, from here, because they are talking about sleep, exercise, and all these things. So avoid getting sick. No problem. We continue to use a long form to write and see what it has. Yes, that's right. Ways to stay healthy and energized while working from home. So please wait. Drinks a lot of water, exercise, get a good night's sleep, 7 hours per night, that kind of thing. So basically it's about the same thing, over here. Avoid sick and get healthy. So it's nothing wrong. Only thing that, I mean, there are some repeating kind of content, so, but then I will just leave it here, because you can always do some juggling after that, So the contents are quite good. Only thing that you need to reshuffle it, Okay, so bear in mind that these two sub headlines are actually quite similar, give you some quite good output. Okay, the last one is how to make money from home during a pandemic. So let's see, what is our original? Okay, working from home during a pandemic. So it's quite a general topic. So we are talking about pros and cons. So way to make your remote more productive, ways to avoid getting distracted, then how to stay healthy. Okay, so maybe this topic is also good to let the readers know how to make some money out of it. Okay, so let's do the writing using long form again. Long form. Okay, let's go. Right. Hopefully give us a good some answer. Okay, this doesn't look good. Let's maybe we do the context. How to make money from home during okay, we just make it the context a little, because we don't want it to read on top. That's right. This is also not good. Okay, maybe we use the other method, use the AI to write. So as I said, you have to juggle it, you know. Sometimes you use what they call AI to write, or sometimes you use GPT-3 or maybe Longform to write. So like for this one, it seems that, you know, it doesn't give us a good result. Let's try again. Maybe we put in between. Okay, maybe we ask him to write here. Okay, so put our cursor here. Let's try again using the long form. Okay, this seems to be better. The fourth thing is you need money. You know, you should have at least 6 months worth of living expenses saved. This will give enough financial breathing room. The money will, you should also save as much as you can. If you have more than what they call this pandemic is going to be a long time. Okay. Maybe we can change this subheading, you know, because it's actually not making money. Maybe we can do this here. Maybe ways to make some extra money while extra money working. Hold on, working from home during a pandemic. And we ask AI to write. Okay, right click, use a ClosersCopy AI to give us some output. Okay, he say hard to come by, however there are some options. One of them is to write an ebook. Okay, maybe this is something that is not too bad, you know. Okay, let's a new paragraph, write an ebook. Okay, ebook can be in any form. Okay, so this is one of them. So maybe we want them to ask to write more. Maybe we use long form to write. So maybe in between, I'll put in between, put here. See whether you give us some money making ideas. Okay, so basically it's actually writing some of the or how to continue to use other as an ebook, you know. So maybe we don't want this. There are other methods to make some side income, to make some money. Other methods such as, okay, maybe we just write to give them some context. Okay, just do. Okay, so these are the other methods, you know. Not too bad. Such a newsletter or creating a membership, but they are not covered in this letter. personally don't like it, that kind of thing. Both require too much time and effort. I'm writing sales copy, I'm far better at writing sales copy there now. Okay. Okay, maybe we can just other methods such as writing a newsletter, and we ask him to continue from here. Okay, right. That's we have actually used about 55 minutes already. So after this one, we will make some conclusion. Okay, so this is not too good, so why don't okay, this is one of the example of writing ebook. Of course, you can just do some research, and do some long form, using the long form to write more content already. So but then I want to write a conclusion now, because time is limited. So this is the last step, generate conclusion using the framework. Okay, let's go to our framework. Conclusion. Okay, this is a conclusion. Okay, creativity. Okay. Copy. Okay, let's see here. Let's after AI to write, just in between 3 output. Okay, there are people who write. Maybe we just more output. Maybe make it strict. Try again. Okay. Yeah, one area of it is help people, family through tough time, kind of things. Thanks for a good idea. Okay, so sometimes conclusion might not be, what you want. So if you can actually continue to research this one, or actually use this, what do you call this, helpers to continue to write for you, AI or GPT-3. So you get what I mean? So we try one more time. If we cannot get a good conclusion, then we just stop, because it's already almost 60 minutes. So let's try again. Maybe we put more creative. 3. Let's go again. Let's go. Okay. Constant change, become more connected. Okay. So might not be very good, so the 70 million people in work at home. Okay. Okay. Maybe this is better. Conclusion. Okay, let's do some editing. conclusion should be H2 tag, sorry. Okay, there are a lot of people out there who love to from home. Now is the time to get ahead of the curve. Don't wait for normal condition though. If you have a product or service that can help people survive, now it's time to act. Okay, so why don't we do this? See whether we can highlight all, but then actually it's actually limited to 3000 characters. Use AI to write. No greater than 2000 characters. I don't know why. Okay, so let's do again. Maybe we just do it here. The conclusion. Okay, let's do it here. So I think this is not right. Okay, so we have to try. Maybe we have to just do GPT-3. That's all happening in Venezuela. The world is global to me. So it's not too good. So okay, so I'm not going to continue because time is running short. So but you can always do again, during using the what they call Longform, AI or GPT-3 or even the framework. So can always mix and match. So before we do a conclusion, let me go back to our here. We just cancel this one. So this is our article. Might not be the best article, but then you see how to use a workflow to guide you right along. So maybe let's go back to the article. Okay, I would like to say this before we actually conclude. So tips of making full use of ClosersCopy. This is a Swiss Army knife about copywriting. So as I said earlier, you don't expect miracle because AI is not perfect. So sometimes you give him a good input, he will give you good output. But most of the time it's okay, but sometimes he give you rubbish as well. So second thing is you need to practice. Practice make perfect, or rather practice make you a better copywriter. So and because ClosersCopy is actually an open-ended kind of AI writer, so there are powerful hidden features, but then you need to spend time to learn and spend time to practice, and ask questions. If you are stuck, you can join this Facebook group here, ClosersCopy AI writers. That's in my group. And you can also consult with some experts, Of course, Nico is the founder, and Aura is also a good writer because he had come up with a lot of templates, Other than that, we have a few other guys, Carol, she is also good, and this Adiwal is also good, in creating framework. So that's all I have. And if you think that you want to buy something that will be for a long time, and because it's unlimited credits, and the price will increase after 2 days, so please consider whether you want to buy a copy of a download silo, buy a copy of a ClosersCopy. And remember to use our affiliate link and this coupon download silo. No, it's not download silo, it's actually download 20. Sorry, it's a mistake. It should be download 20. So I'll make a what I call a correction over here. It's download 20. So it's not download silo, it's download 20. Okay, sorry for the mistake. Okay, that's all I have, and we'll see you in the next session. Thank you. Bye bye.